Hello and welcome to our reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the NECA Borderlands Psycho Bandit. So, yeah, this is probably the best NECA figure I've ever had. It's at least up there. It's equivalent to like Chris Redfield, which is like the last one I said that was the best NECA figure I've ever had. The Resident Evil 5 Chris Redfield, not the older one that's not very good. But anyway, he's actually really well articulated. He's really nicely sculpted. The paint scheme they did on him really captures the cel-shaded stuff from Borderlands really well. And he is just overall a really cool figure. Wish they would have made more Borderlands stuff instead of like 6 different claptraps and Psycho Bandit. But anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Here you can see the Psycho. Here is a standard 6-inch Marvel Legends size figure, which is Hellboy, and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. As usual, NECA figures are usually closer to 7 inches instead of 6, so he is a bit taller than your standard Marvel Legends scale, but you could probably fit him in there if you really wanted to. And, of course, way larger than Marvel Universe figures. Now, let's get the other two out of here and just look at the Psycho Bandit. Alright, starting off with our 360 spin of our Psycho Bandit. As you can see, he is pretty much bare on the chest. He has lots of like little black lines put on there. Like I said, they really did a good job imitating the cel shading on this figure, as all the muscles and stuff are defined by little black lines. It's very cool. All the wrappings on his arm and on his wrist are like that. Lots of little lines on the orange pants, straps, all those sorts of things. He actually has a little knife on that side there. Metal plating on the boots, as well as some other little details and line work. Everything looks really cool. He has a little metal plate on one of his knees there. Overall, it's just a really, really nice looking figure. I really appreciate the amount of work that I feel like they probably put into this to make it look that good. Anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in on the head sculpt really quick. Alright, zooming in on the head sculpt, you can see the mask. They actually did the eyes very nicely. They're slightly reflective, so the little blue bits actually look like they're behind lenses. They have the little markings there on the mask, and it has the big sort of filter thing down there around the mouth. Turn the head to the side. You can see that he has ears and the little straps that hold the mask onto his face. So overall, the head sculpt is pretty cool. I have no issues with it. Now let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, the Psycho is pretty good. About as good as I've personally seen from NECA, although I do think they have some figures that are better than this or in this same range. Of course, NECA's not nearly as bad as it used to be with articulation, so my complaints are almost invalid at this point. But either way, ball peg head moves pretty far up, pretty far down, side to side, pivoting, rotating, all those sorts of things. Ball joint shoulders, in and out, forward and back. He has hinge and rotation here at the elbow, and he has ball peg wrists, which go in pretty much every direction a little bit. Abdominal joint, forward and back, reasonable amounts. He has a waist cut, hinge hips, in and out, forward and back, like a DC-UC joint. He has rotation and hinge at the knee. His knees could bend a bit further than that. That would be preferred. And then, of course, he has the rotation there. And he has ball peg for the ankles as well, so they'll move up and down and pivot and rotate and all those sorts of things. So yeah, articulation-wise, pretty good. Get him into most poses. A little bit better knee movement's really the only thing that I would say would be really sort of requisite. But for the most part, articulation is really good. The Psycho does come with one accessory, which is his axe. So let's look at that real quick. Alright, here you can see the Psycho's axe. As you can see, it fits in his hand very well. It has this little sort of rod thing that goes over his fingers. The blade actually does spin if you want it to, so you can rotate that around. It has the sharp bit here. All the painting on it's very nice. It looks really cool, and it is a pretty necessary kind of accessory for a Psycho to have. So, yeah, that's all for his accessories. Let's move on to the packaging. Alright, packaging-wise, pretty standard for NECA. Just your big sort of clamshell, Borderlands up there at the top, some artwork in the back, Psycho Bandit down there at the bottom. On the back, get a little description of the Psycho and a picture and Borderlands and all those sorts of things. I don't mention any other figures on the back here, but there is Claptrap and Claptrap and Claptrap and Claptrap and however many Claptraps there are, and then there's the Psycho Bandit, and that's it. They should have made more figures. They could have made Brick and Brick and Brick. I'm essentially saying they should make Brick, because Brick is cool. Anyway, as always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Psycho. Alright, that wraps it up for our Psycho Bandit, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.